Hello, we're about to go on a really fun adventure together. I know I'm gonna take a lot of judgment for this. It's okay, it's my life, not yours. The internet's a wild place. People just judge everyone. But I'm about to redo my pantry back here, and it's a sight to be seen. The reason I feel like I'm gonna get some judgment on it is based on how it looks and the items that might be in there. But I've had a really rough first trimester, and I actually tried to stay out of here. If you've ever had a rough pregnancy, you kind of understand when I say, like, you don't want to look at certain foods, you don't want to smell certain foods, and this has been a huge trigger for me. So I basically avoid this at all costs. If I need something in there, I'll like tell my husband, if you like, hey, can you get this out for me? But I'm feeling good today, and my goal is to redo this pantry on a budget. I did it about a year and a half ago, and I didn't love it. I'm gonna try one more time. And if I don't love it this time, then it's gonna get gutted and we're gonna completely redo it because I have so many things saved on Pinterest, like ideas of what I want to do. So this is my last stitch effort to do it on a budget. I feel like you have to have a functional pantry, otherwise it's just like, it's so chaotic. But we also have this room over here, which is under the stairs. And originally that room was going to be my pantry. But since getting pregnant, now I want to make that kind of like a toy room in the future. And I'm like thinking, do I, what would be best for us and our family? And I'm leaning more towards toy room, play room, and then later on in years to come, once our children have grown up, make it a pantry. So it's still kind of up in the air what we're gonna do with that. I talked in a video about it a year-ish ago, maybe less than that, about making this room under the stairs a pantry, and we haven't done it yet. So again, this is my last stitch effort of making this one on a budget. Let's see what we can do today. I'm gonna take everything out and then put everything back and just kind of share with you what I'm using. Anything that I have in today's video will be linked down below. I did find some really great shelf options for really inexpensive, and I checked today and they're both on sale for cheaper than when I bought them for. So definitely check out the links down below for the shelf options. But let's get started. Come with me. Maybe this will motivate you to go through your pantry. I feel like before pregnancy, I was really good about doing use it ups. Probably every 6 to 8 weeks, going through my pantry, seeing what we had, using things up. But again, I'm not gonna feel bad. This is a different time of life for me. It's a different season of life, and I'm just doing what I can in the time that is happening. So with that being said, please take it easy on me. If you're gonna be mean to me, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm just being honest. Like, I feel like I'm a little scared to make this because people are so harsh and so judgmental. Like, unless your life is absolutely perfect, don't come at me. Okay, but those of you that will spread love and joy and be understanding, like, I'm so thankful you're here. So let's get into this pantry. Okay, let's embark, and I will share with you the pantry. It is a mess. Like I said, I've told my husband like 100 times, don't bother cleaning it out. We'll eventually get to it. And I'm not the only person that lives here, so it's not just my food. I might be plant-based, but doesn't mean everyone in this house is. And there's a lot of snacks near because we have a lot of parties and get-togethers, and there's a lot of leftovers. So about a year ago, I put these up, and although I love these, I'm actually gonna put these in my bathroom, I think. They're coming down. I need like 60 of them to have it make sense. And this is just where I keep like granola bars and snacks and stuff like that. The bottom here, this stuff like needs to go in the garage. I just haven't moved it out there yet. And again, if I had a bigger pantry, I feel like I could put like my baking stuff, my snack bags and stuff. But to come over here, this drawer, my husband has like a bunch of stuff in, paperwork and stuff, and I asked him to move it to my office, another room upstairs that we're making into an office slash bare guest room, so that way I can have this for like aluminum foil, plastic bags and stuff. Anyways, and up here in these, I did want to point out, is where I keep all my like flour and large bins of beans. I'm not gonna be able to reach that without a stool, but that's where I keep all those things. So you're not gonna see those in my pantry anymore. It's really just like snacks. And yeah, you can see it's a disaster. Like, I'm partially judging myself right now, but we're gonna take all this out. We're gonna redo it. It's gonna look really good. And hopefully this will mean that we start using through this stuff. Guarantee we won't use all of it, because stuff like this, like, okay, this is a terrible, terrible thing, but like, I'm having a lot of food aversions, so I will buy a bag of bagels because I'm like, oh, it sounds really good. I'll eat like 1.5 bagels and then never be able to look at it again because I'll be like, get it out of my face, it's disgusting. And this happens on a daily basis, like with things that I buy. So a lot of things in here, unfortunately, are just like hanging out, and I need to put them forward so my husband will use them, so he will see them, so he'll know they're here, because if I'm buying them for me, he's not using them. So I need to tell him like, hey, you need to eat some of these things up, because if I look at this, I'm gonna lose my cookies. So let's do our best. As someone who's like always super organized and always on top of things, this is just like not me. I have felt no need to mention this prior to today, but I feel like going through my pantry just makes me comfortable to like exploit myself, I guess. But the reason I haven't felt comfortable mentioning what I'm about to mention prior to today is because I feel like people on the internet get really, really, really involved in other people's lives. Complete strangers they don't know. They get very involved, very attached to. But personally, I'm moving into a vegetarian diet throughout my pregnancy. It's just what I believe in for this season of life and how I want my baby to eat. And I know some people are going to be really upset about that. And I feel like over the past 4 years, sharing nothing but plant-based meals here on YouTube, I have really lost my passion for being plant-based. Just like a mix of things. I think it's just like the season of life I'm in. But I have not lost my passion for sharing budget meals. I think I've actually become more passionate about budget meals than I have being plant-based. I don't eat meat. I probably will never eat meat just because it's personal preference. I didn't like meat when I went plant-based, and that's why I found it really easy to fall into a plant-based diet. But I just feel like looking into our life and how my husband eats, which is mostly vegetarian, and how I want my family to eat, I just feel like I want to make one set of meals. And I know it can be easy to do if you want to, but I've kind of steered away since about April from a high starch diet. Being pregnant, I'm still eating a high starch diet because it's just easy right now for me. But again, I just haven't felt the need to mention this prior to today, but for whatever reason, I just felt like as I was going through my pantry, it was kind of on my mind, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring this up because I know my diehards who watch all my videos, who support me, will be here today. And I know that I don't just have plant-based people that follow me. I think that's actually the most minimal group of people that follow me here on YouTube. So anyways, I don't feel like making a big announcement video over it, but if you popped in today, there you go. That's my plan for the future. Well, that's not empty, but you know what I'm saying. And then the door is cleaned off. So I'm gonna go through this. It's like our reusable grocery bags. I'm not using this at the moment. I plan to use this, so I'll probably put it in the garage. I'll go through all this and then filter through what I want inside. And then I have all the food, which is like way more than I feel like I anticipated being out here. And all that, then go through it and go through it. And hopefully, if I can't use all of it, I can make some donation piles or give it away to people and friends. So and before I go through all this, let's build and embark on the journey that this is going to turn into, because I feel like it's gonna look real good. I didn't realize I had to like build this. Oh, okay, I'll be back in a minute. I really thought this was just gonna pop out of the package. Some assembly required. Okay, these shelves were actually amazing. I think I was underwhelmed by them at first putting them in, but they took me about 5 minutes to put together, and I actually really like them. Like I said before, I'm against this entire pantry. I don't like the wire shelves. I'm very picky about how things are organized. I've mentioned this before in other videos. I'm kind of a butterfly where I don't like anything out and about. I like everything hidden behind a closed door. But I actually really like this. My husband really liked it. We feel like it's really functional, especially for our growing family. And, you know, we still haven't decided what we're going to do with the under the stairs area yet. It's completely empty. Whether we're going to make it a really fun toy room, like kid space, and decorate it, or make it into a pantry. We have a lot of space in our house, being it's just the two of us, and we do have a 4 with a possible 5th bedroom house if we were to turn our loft into a bedroom. So we have a lot of space, and it's really nice to have that space. So if we want to do different projects like a pantry or toy room or whatever, we can do so. It just makes life fun. Okay, some assembly required, but really only took me like 5 minutes. I kind of wish I would have gotten the longer one, but it's fine. There is a couple different sizes. This one had really good reviews, plus a couple of my neighbors have it, so I felt really good about it, and I'd seen it on TikTok a few times. So not bad. It's a little loose at the top, but because you have the suction cups and the little sticky things at the bottom, it's not moving, so it won't sway or anything. And then it says like how much weight you can put in it. Honestly, I think this is gonna be such a game changer. I'm gonna start here with filling this, and then I'm gonna assemble the other one to show you guys too. I again do want to mention, this is kind of like our fun pantry, I would say. We have our emergency storage pantry where I kind of stock things up. I have not updated any of YouTube on that because when I started that pantry, I feel like that was the most controversial video I've ever made where people really came at me in the comments. I've actually turned the comments off since I posted it, so no comments, new comments can be posted because people like really did not like how I decided to do things. Again, it's my life. I can choose to do them however I want. But we do have a large emergency pantry, and then I keep all my flour and my bulk items above my refrigerator. And then, like I said, this is kind of like our fun area. So this is not, this is kind of like our odds and ends pantry, I guess. And I always imagined everything in one spot, but that's just not how our home is built since we have so many things, and that's okay. This works for us. I know a lot of people will use this pantry as like an emergency pantry or keeping more than just like baked goods and fun snacks and open items, but this is just how we do it. Like I said, I keep all my bulk items somewhere else and all my emergency items elsewhere. Okay, I am finished, and then I'm going to set up the other shelf and then finish what I want to do with that. So let me walk you through kind of what I did. I didn't share doing all of this because I just wanted to think through it. So the top, I think this looks so much better. Everything's easy to see, more accessible. I'm not one who likes to keep a lot on hand in the house. We have an emergency pantry, but this is more like stuff that is non-emergency. So this is like baking stuff and snacks and sometimes things that we have one-offs that are not like multiples, but this is usually where I restock my canned goods. So anyways, and then on the door, again, I wish I would have gotten the longer one that had one more. I think that would have been really helpful. So if I were you, I'd get the longer one, but I did sauces, baking stuff, and then my husband is obsessed with these snacks. So I thought I would put them right front and center because he eats them every single day. And then like bread and popcorn, which I really like that. So it's like right there and not getting smashed. It's just like lightly sitting there. So I really like this. I feel like it's good. And then at the bottom here, I took everything else to the garage. This stuff is all gonna go in the drawer once that is open. And then I have my reusable shopping bags right there. So again, this is more stuff that we use that doesn't go in our emergency pantry. It's just like indoor pantry items since we keep them separate. So I'm happy with this. I think it looks so good compared to the before. I want to give a shout out to my pregnant self because over the past few months, this project never would have happened if I didn't feel the way I felt in the first trimester. This project was just like a gift to myself to say, hey, before you start the next chapter of life, let's redo the pantry. And it would not have looked so great before and after had I just avoided this spot for the past 3 months. So shout out to myself for the avoidance. That turned into a beautiful before and after. Okay, my plan initially was to put more like canned goods and pasta on here, but then I had all these items and I might move these later on to one of the cabinets over here that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. I think these two are open. But anyways, just for now, this is our under the stairs closet. But I just wanted to see like kind of how I would like this. These are all items. These 3 shelves are ones I cannot use because I'm pregnant, but I do use my fiber every day. So again, I might move these and then make this more like backup sauces and like tomato sauce and those things that we just don't have on stock right now, like other pastas, because we normally have more in here. But we'll see. For right now, this works. I'm happy with how this all turned out. I highly recommend these. This is a shorter door than that one by a little bit. I'm not even sure if you can tell, but it's a little bit shorter by like a couple inches. And I would still get the one that goes all the way to the bottom just to get the extra shelf. So if you're wondering, but these are linked down below and I think you should definitely purchase them. I think these are also work really well in a bathroom closet, which I might get an extra for our bathroom. So yeah. Okay, that is it. I thank you for being here today and for organizing my pantry with me. All in all, I think it turned out okay. Like, I'm very happy with this. It might take me a couple times through to kind of reorganize it, but I like it so far, so we're gonna keep it. Might not be what you do in your house, but I think that's the cool thing about the internet is you can see what other people do, maybe get ideas, takeaways. Nothing's ever perfect. This is not our forever home. as I said earlier. So I don't really want to spend a ton of money like redoing things that don't work for me. I just want to find like a budget friendly way to make them better for us. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you soon in a new one. We'll go back to food ASAP, but this needed to get done today and I wanted to share it with you. So thanks for being here. Bye-bye.